Police denied. What did they do? The police, let's see. The police have denied that the aliens were in Miami. So now what? Since they came out and said they didn't see any aliens, although they had a lot of police cars, and there's still rumors flying around on the internet. There are. So now what? What do you do about something like that? And what do you do about interdimensional beings? They're not an alien. They're an interdimensional being. And what would your weapons do against an interdimensional being, unless you had interdimensional weapons that could do that to take out the interdimensional beings? Okay, I saw something that someone wrote in, let me just do this like this. I'm just going to shrink myself back down. Somebody wrote something in the comment section, and I haven't been keeping up on the story. I haven't, because there's so much going on. There's really a whole lot going on with this story, and it seems like they want it to die down. They really do want the story to die down, but it's not dying down as quickly as they'd like. So what are you going to do with it, really, with the aliens? What are you going to do about them? Interdimensional. And then there's talk of spirit boxes, portals being open. I'm going to read you what was sent. I am going to read this to you, you all, because this is really interesting. If I can do this, I better make sure I can be heard. If you're just tuning in, welcome. No one's tuning in. No one's tuning in. It's just me and the algorithm. That's perfect, you all. I'm still going to read it. That is too funny. Gina, how can you laugh? You've got to find the humor in it. You have got to find the humor in it. Now, this was under that video that we did about the Miami police responding to the 10-foot aliens. Let me read you this comment that came in. It's from Hank. So some teenage science types showed up with backpacks and electronics. They set it up near the food court as people looked on, not knowing what to expect. And one of the teens said, "Plug it in." After it was connected to an outlet, the lights in the mall dimmed and the sparks and the pops ensued. A kind of plasma field was created and grew. Witnesses saw a long leg. It sounds kind of funny, but this is what he wrote. A long leg and a foot emerge, followed by an arm and a hand attached. Pandemonium ensued, and more creatures emerged. They began walking among the people harmlessly, and some began firing weapons at them. They appeared to be some kind of trans-dimensional beings summoned by the device that these teens constructed. We should try to keep this story alive, as the feds will try and throw water on it. Now, there are devices. There are devices that are available to the public. They're called spirit boxes. Spirit boxes. We're going to pull up a thing. This may not be for you, but this right here, there's something to it. There's something to the spirit boxes. There really is. And they're not telling the truth. That's what a lot of people think. They think that there's something much more to it. And we're going to get to it. We are going to get to it, you all. Hello, everyone. Let me do it. Let me get this on here, you all. We're going to get it. We're going to do this. And welcome. Welcome. Okay, we've got it. Carol, honey. You did the broadcast, visual disturbance, and that what's crazy is the UFO and UAPs in the skies that night. Thank you. Let's pull up a spirit box. I want to pull up a spirit box. Gina, would you ever get a spirit box? Absolutely not. I don't play with that. I don't play with no Ouija boards or anything like that. No, 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 no. Because whether you realize it or not, just because it's a board game doesn't mean that there isn't a portal that can be opened, and you may not be ready inside here to guard against what comes through, because you don't know what's going to come through. And when you plug those things in, there are people who have them. When you plug those things in, you better know who you are on the inside, because that spiritual realm knows who you are too. Okay, it knows. Just be careful. I'm going to pull it up. And no. Look at these spirit boxes. These are ones like this. Paranormal spirit box, ghost hunting. Let's see all the images. They are said to connect with the spiritual realm. Let me tell you something about these. So those teens probably constructed something like this, but they made their own. They made their own. They plugged it in and what have you. What are you going to do with that now, Gina? I'm going to, did I do this? I'm going to close this out. I'm going to close it out, you all. I am. So they plug in something that opens up a portal. And it's true. If you got beings like this, if you got trans-dimensional, interdimensional beings coming through, and there are other dimensions other than this one. When you got them coming through, your gun's not going to stop them. Okay? You're not going to take your sticks and hit them. You're not. You're not going to throw your shoes at them. You're not going to throw anything you can at them, because they're not going to feel it. They don't have a solid body like you. Okay? They don't. But plasma, we do a lot of videos on plasma whenever we can find them on this channel. And I personally believe that plasma is an intelligent life. It has intelligent life in it. It's living, and this plasma, it can open up portals. They do open up portals. The plasma that we document, they open up portals to the other dimension, and sometimes a black hole appears, a dark, dark portal. And the longer it stays open, the longer something can come out of that great big dark portal that the plasma opens. And you don't know what it is. You do not know what it is. There went my train of thought. Just like that. Plasma, interdimensional beings coming through. You don't need a spirit box or a device to plug in to open up a portal. You don't. But obviously, if these teens did, if that is true, I know what I'm going to say. Once they're in, how are you going to get them back out? Just because you unplug it? How are you going to get those transdimensional beings back into their own dimension once you've let them in here? And you have literally closed the portal by unplugging your device or turning your device off. How are you going to get them out of here once you got them in here? How are you going to do it? I don't know if you can unless you know what you're doing. Because once they take off, you're not going to be able to find them. You're not going to be able to find them. That's wild, you all. Playing with stuff like that, you all. This was a comment under the Miami video is what it was. And there's something more to this story than what meets the eye. We all knew this would happen, Jason Ward. Yeah. The amount of cops, yeah, there was an astronomical amount of cops. The black goo plasma birdie bear. Could you, if you saw a transdimensional being, if I was in that mall and I saw these kids, I'd probably be terrified because I would think it'd be something different. But if I start seeing an arm, how did he say it? What did he say he saw? An arm? Let me see. They plugged it in, and the lights in the mall flickered, just like on Ghostbusters. You know, you got the Ghostbuster thing, that movie. Did they make a device on the Ghostbusters? Did they? The Men in Black and Bureau Adjustment Service all showed up. Bertie Bear, oh my goodness. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Let me see this, you all. They showed up. Ghostbusters movie. Let me see the movie. Well, you have these guys right here. You do. That thing looks like it came from plasma right there. The green on this thing right here looks as if it came from plasma. It really does, and I'm not just saying that, because we have plasma that could literally do something like, and the green is interdimensional, so that's an interdimensional, transdimensional, whatever you want to call it. But these things showing up. And look at this. If you look at the green on here, you all, think about this. If you look at the green on this image right here, this is what the northern lights look like. It does. It's the magnetic, it's the other, I believe it's the other dimension that's bleeding through. I really do feel like that's what it is whenever you see the green like that in the sky. And look, they got plasma weapons. These are like plasma weapons, so I guess you're going to have a plasma weapon to get those interdimensional, transdimensional beings that have already came in. You're going to have some plasma weapons. And I'm not joking about this. This is real. This is real, what's taking place, you all. I don't play around with the other dimension. I do not dismiss the other dimension. I don't dismiss the spiritual realm. No. But we know that if you're not careful, you can summon in some bad entities. And you know, when people do these seances and stuff, you can contact the other realm. And you don't even have to do one. You know, you can have the radio in my house. The radio in my house, let me get to me. The radio in my house, after my dad passed on the addition that we built onto this log cabin, he had passed. And I had this old radio, little bitty tiny radio in the bedroom on a vanity dresser thing. And I was in the kitchen and I heard music. And I thought, where is that music coming from? That's what I said. Where's the music coming from? So I walked down the hallway and I'm listening to the song. It's a really old song. It's an old country song or something really old. It's talking about I'll always love you or whatever, because my mom and dad. And I was looking around because my mother, when she lived here on the other side, she would hear the radio come on. So I turned the radio off. I turned it off. Well, you all, I've got, you know, the rods you find water with, the dowsing rods. They can pick up the water in the ground. These are made of copper, since copper is a good conductor. That's why the houses that we have, your electricity, when you have your house wired, you have to drive a copper rod into the ground at least, 6 feet long? 6 foot long. You have to drive it in the ground to ground the electricity, you all, to ground it. So I had my copper tubing. I made copper tubing. And I said, where is the energy coming from? So I went out of this house. I followed it over there to the addition because it was empty since my dad had passed. It came from the bedroom in which he passed. And as soon as I went in there, I said, are you in here, Dad? And the bathroom lights started blinking like that. They started blinking. Gina, was you scared? No, I wasn't scared as my dad. And I remembered saying, it's okay. I'm okay. Mom's okay. We're happy. We're good. You can leave. Please leave, because, well, I was very nice. I told him it's okay. He could leave now. His spirit, I guess, felt trapped. You all may not believe in this, thinking, it's real. I know what I experienced. So do a lot of other people. So I said, can you understand me? And the lights blinked again. And then I said, you can go. And I waited for 5 minutes. And then I said, is there any energy in this room? There was none. He left. But they're coming through on the radio is what happens. You don't need, this was a battery operated radio that I didn't even have turned on. It was really small like that. In fact, I never used it. It was just sitting there on top underneath some clutter on that vanity with the mirror. And it turned itself on to the radio dial like that. Because why? The other dimension comes through. So how are you going to get these out? Once they get in here, how are you going to get the transdimensional beings out? Once you hook up a device that you made and you don't even know how powerful that device is. Obviously, if these teenagers had a device in their backpack, this device was very powerful since it literally short-circuited and made the stuff start popping. What did he say? It started popping? Let me look at this, you all. They have other dimensions. What did he say right here? When he plugged it in, okay, to an outlet, the lights in the mall dimmed and sparks and pops ensued. There was so much electricity going through. The plasma was traveling through. The connection was made because the plasma field was created and it grew. You ever watch those the web plasma things? The plasma, once it connects to a high efficiency plasma light, it does everything in its power to expand and expand and expand. It draws on the energy. It literally sucks the energy where it's at, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, this is true. It's been documented a lot on this channel right here. So I can believe that they plugged something in and a plasma field grew and a portal opened and something came out because we've documented it. We've witnessed it. Dark holes, dark black holes like that. They're not square. No, these are round black holes that open up in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of space, and these entities come through. Let me tell you where it happened. We caught it a lot. The very spot that we caught the plasma doing this was at a place in Odessa, Ukraine. There was a very plasma battle going on, very spiritual, interdimensional, transdimensional. There were plasma battles going in this one spot. They were battling it out. And they opened up portals, dark portals. And you know what's so interesting? We documented that for a few months, I don't know, maybe longer. Then what breaks out over there? What spills out into the real world? That's what spills out, you all. This is not a game. It's not a game. And I find this rather alarming because once they're out, how are you going to get them back in? You can't. You can't get them back in unless you've got something that's going to something that's going to suck it in, or you send people out to hunt them down and pull them in. Pull them back in. Tell them to go where they came from. You're going to have some spiritual power within you or something. They're going to have to do something about this because this is wild. How are we doing over here? A gang. You got it? Yeah. Disturbances. That's why you have to have a license for a ham radio. That's right, you all. And did you know that you can get you a license for the next level down of ham radio? I've got it. What? I can't even remember the name of it. But, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, that's a really good point. Thank you, visual disturbance. The powers that be want to know. That's right. Oh, my gosh. Hello, Catherine, honey. You also listen, they got the interdimensional beings there. There's so many things. And, you know, the Ghostbusters, they got the plasma weapons. We can't have people going around with plasma weapons and plasma guns. We can't. You think we can have people going around like this with plasma weapons and things? Oh. And this green thing, whatever that green thing was, you all. Oh my gosh. Look. Right there. The portal in the sky. How many times have we seen a great big massive hole in the sky like that? We saw that. We saw a massive hole in the sky. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up. Y'all put it back to me. I'm gonna pull up the massive dark hole in the sky. It was just recently, and it's where we was documenting the northern lights. I think it was was it not in Iceland? It was somewhere else. It was a live webcam that they set up. And let me see if I can find it, because something was... Why am I holding this phone as if I'm talking into it? Because I'm not talking. Okay, I got it. This is what... Look at this. Okay, wherever this was at, Lapland, Finland. Okay, look at this thing. But then look at these. Do you think, really, are these the northern lights? Is it disturbances in Earth's magnetic field? Because if it is, it's like a ripping of the veil. A ripping of the veil. See, this is the same color that's in the Ghostbusters. It is. How come? You have to ask yourself, how come that's the same color that's in the Ghostbusters? How come? Are we not being told the whole truth and nothing but the truth? You are really. How is it? And you've got the Ghostbusters. It's always green. It's interdimensional plasma. It is the same color. That's what I'm trying to say. No, we got to really delve into this, and we got to investigate this kind of stuff, you all, because something is really afoot. I know that we've got another one. Let me think of where else did we get a really good image. It was like a massive UFO that was in the sky, and it was where the northern lights were at. And where was it at? If I can find it in here. I don't know where it would be, you all, because I have so many things that I do, and that's what gets me in trouble on this YouTube channel, that share way too much stuff. But you have to share what you feel led within your spirit to share. I'm trying to come over here and find it, you all. I really am. I'm trying to go through here with all these images and stuff. I wanted to get to the one that had the massive UFO in the sky. It's on a live webcam. I guess it's gone. I really do guess it's gone. And even look over here, like over here in Iceland, right here. That's kind of green too. And these are like interdimensional also. They're interdimensional also. Let me just put it back to me. I'm not gonna do it because obviously I can't find what I'm looking for. And it's kind of disheartening. It really is, when you want to find it and you can't find it, and then it's like, all right, great, thanks. I want to find it, but you won't. I feel like a lot of something got erased on my... I feel like something got erased on my computer. I really do. That is wild. I can't seem to find it anywhere on my computer. They took it off of there. They took it off. That's okay, you all. We got this. We got the Ghostbusters, and we got an account. We have got an account with, we've got an account with, let me say this, you all. Let me read it. They had a device. They set it up near the food court, and the people looked on, not knowing what to expect. This is in the Miami Mall. One of the teens said, plug it in. They were scientific teens. And when they plugged it in and connected it to an outlet, the lights in the mall were dim. And there was some popping going on. And a kind of plasma field. That's a plasma field. It ensued. It was created and grew, and witnesses saw a long leg and a foot emerge, followed by an arm and a hand that was attached. And pandemonium ensued, and more creatures emerged. The people began walking. They began walking among the people harmlessly, and some began firing weapons at them. And they appeared to be some kind of transdimensional beings summoned by the device that the teenagers constructed. So we need to keep this story alive, as the feds will try to water through it. That's what CERN does. CERN in their plasma. Can you imagine? You know how massive CERN is compared to a little box? A little box that the teenagers made? It's a little bitty box. And then you got CERN. CERN. Yeah, you got CERN. What's an XERN? I never heard of an XERN. That must mean something, or I would not have clicked into it. What is an XERN? That's really interesting. Okay. Now we're looking up CERN. Look how big CERN's device is. It's massive. It's massive compared to those teenagers' little plug-in device. You got to have hard hats too to work in that facility. Look, it's created a great big circle. The circle is to confine everything also. Once you make it, you got that great big circle so they can't get out of it. You all, let me put it back here. I got to get, Jeannie, you got to get, I've got to get off of here. How are you going to put the transdimensional beings in once you let them out? You've unplugged the device and now you've let the entities, these other types of entities, they could be dark shadow beings. You don't even know what kind there are. But we've saw the birthing of plasma. We have had plasma webs literally have contractions as like someone in labor. And the plasma would like jerk. And from the underside of the plasma came dark clumps that looked like dirt. They literally crawled upon the top of the plasma. And guess where they went? They went into the darkness. They disappeared and we couldn't see them anymore. Somehow they created a portal and off they went. Just like if it was transdimensional beings, interdimensional beings, how you going to get them back in? You ain't going to be able to find them unless somebody knows how to spot them. And I'm sure that they can mask themselves very well and disguise themselves very well. That's just one group of people that plugged in something like that they made. When you turn the radios on too, they can come through. They can come through your TV. You got plasma phones. Plasma's in here. Plasma screen that I'm using. The plasma can reach through. You ever see those movies where the entities come out of the TV? Come right out of the TV, you all. No, this is not, I just don't feel like a joke. If it created a plasma field when they plugged it in and then entities started coming out. No, it doesn't. It sounds very serious. It's real serious when you look at it like that from a interdimensional point of view. It's an area that we're not that knowledgeable in. The average human, no. They'll totally be unaware of what's happening. Totally unaware. I'm going to go, you all. Let me put this on right here. Excuse me. We got plasma in our blood, but the blood has to go through a process in order to get that plasma out. It does. The Adjustment Bureau, Spirit Miracle Birdie, thank you. The German farmers are having the largest demonstration. Oh, wow. The CBS... How the media, CBS, are not covering Miami. They did 2 days ago. Here's what happens. Even on YouTube, when you do a video, they'll give a views to it, access to it. They'll make sure people can get to it within 2 days. And then after 2 days, no matter what your video is, the traffic literally practically comes to a complete halt. And that is what's happening in the... that's what's happening. You see, we got the interdimensional plasma right here. You can see it. And it does look like the Northern Lights. It does. This is the Northern Lights. So they is the other dimension, is the veil breaking down from the other dimension? Truly, I'm being very, very serious. Is that veil being torn apart because it's the same green as in the Ghostbusters? Right here. It is the same green, you all. The same green. The Northern Lights is the same green. It's like breaking through. They're breaking through to break out is what it seems like is happening. What was I getting ready to say? I don't know. I have no idea what I was getting ready to say. But, oh, you're talking about the news. We wanted to get back over to the news. It is on the news, but it's been dying down somewhat. But you can see it's 3 days ago, 1 hour ago. Shadow aliens, conspiracy theories go viral. So it's still somewhat in the news over here, but not all the way in the news. But there's still stories about it. And, yeah, they refute it. Won't know what happened there. They refute it. They do. I don't think that's a joke right there. UFO attend the classified UFO briefing showing the hidden proof of aliens. So, okay, that came out right after that. Okay, right after that, then came the Miami Mall. Okay, that's what happened. That's what happened, you all. We got to go. We got to go. So, please give this video a thumbs up. Go back and look at the Miami alien videos. It was a live stream. I think it's around 20 some odd minutes long. It has a lot of good comments because that's where this one comment came, where the teenagers came in with their backpack and took it out. And the one teenager said, plug it in. And when they did, the lights started blinking like that. And then there was a popping. That's what happens when plasma, like plasma storm, like a bad electrical storm, and you can literally see the plasma that comes down. And you ever seen the plasma videos? The plasma run, it literally goes all across the top of the power lines, and as it goes from transformer to transformer, and it pops them, just like that. But with this case, they opened up a portal. They did. So I'm going to go. And thank you for your comments, you all. If you got any more information on it, put it in this comment section. And I encourage you to go check out the comments in the other video. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours, love. You have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you all for watching. They opened up a portal. Let me update that. That's what it said. They said they opened up a portal. Did teenagers open up a portal? Did teenagers open OPEN a portal? That I'm going to put it in there. Y'all see it? They're saying that they did, is what they said. Yes, that's right, you all. So I'm going to go. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. And please give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, you all. That's right. Now, this is an area I can cover since it's in the spiritual realm. That's right. Because that's what happened in the Ukraine. The battle started with the plasma. It did. The portals were open, interdimensional portals. And they were long battles. If you go to the plasma, we got a playlist on here, live webcams, and it's the plasma. You got to go to the Odessa, Ukraine, because soon afterward, the battle spilled off into the real world. And those cameras, we couldn't really access them like we used to. There's something to it.